The death toll continues to rise in the Hawaii wildfires. California emergency responders are helping in the search and rescue efforts. And there is a way that you can help too. You can actually scan the QR code at the bottom of your screen if you want to go ahead and make a donation through the Red Cross. Now, most of the damage in Hawaii is on the island of Maui. The historic town of Lāhainā, a popular tourist spot, is essentially wiped off the map. 67 people are now confirmed dead, and that number is expected to rise. More than 1,000 people are still unaccounted for. The fire stormed through the neighborhoods in the middle of the night, and people drove to beaches and jumped into the ocean just to survive. And tonight we do have new video of what conditions were like in the firestorm. Take a listen. This video was taken by a retired member of the Air Force. He filmed his desperate escape from the fire in Lāhainā. And it's believed that at least 1,000 buildings are destroyed. Residents are starting to return to their homes to see what's left. President Biden declared an emergency declaration yesterday as residents say that they've never seen anything like this before.
People lost everything, homes, jobs, their cars, some their pets. There's still people missing. I've fought wildfires in California, and I was here yesterday when it flared up, and I've never seen something ravaged so fast.
Tonight, big questions remain after the island's emergency warning sirens apparently did not go off when the fire was headed toward Lāhainā. Our Becca Habecker joins us now with more on local emergency response in Hawaii.
Yes, altogether, Governor Newsom authorized Cal OES to deploy 17 urban search and rescue experts from California. They include one battalion chief from the Sacramento City Fire Department. I spoke with his colleague about what's being done to help in the aftermath.
When disaster strikes, the Sacramento Fire Department responds, whether here in the capital city or wherever FEMA and the governor send them.
It's very impactful for our agency to be able to send people out the door to help.
Captain Justin Sylvia says Sacramento Fire Battalion Chief John Irvine deployed to Maui this week and is helping with communications.
He gets briefed on what's going on, what's the current situation like, and then he brings that information out to the community. He also listens to the feedback from the community. Maybe it's, my grandmother's still lost, we can't find her, she might be stuck in a house. He takes notes and he brings that back to the management team, and then they set up a plan to go out there and have some type of search.
Irvine is part of California Task Force 7 based out of Sacramento. Within the continental U.S., FEMA has 28 urban search and rescue task forces. 8 of them are here in California.
Our task force is probably one of the best in the nation, just because of the amount of training that they do and the dedication.
Sacramento's task force has deployed to disasters like the Twin Towers site in the wake of 9/11 and the Oklahoma City bombing.
Hurricanes, mudslides, tornadoes, any type of large-scale disaster where that local government can't handle that problem on their own and it becomes a federal issue, then that's when our team gets sent out.
The work can include sifting through the ashes of homes and other buildings, searching for human remains.
And that's why we have our canines that can go out and assist in those searches. But every structure will need to be assessed, not only for people, but what kind of damage is done.
So far with this disaster, Irvine is the only member of Sacramento's task force that has been sent to Maui, but others are ready at a moment's notice.
Becca, as we heard, urban search and rescue, they're ready for anything at any time.
Yeah, absolutely. Already this year, California firefighters, disaster recovery experts, and others have gone to Oregon, New Mexico, and Montana. And remember that condo collapse a couple of years ago in Surfside, Florida? Well, California sent specialized urban search and rescue teams to help look for survivors in that building.
And people are still wondering how a fire like this was possible in Maui. Many think of Hawaii as a tropical paradise, but the state has been dealing with a drought. Extremely dry conditions and Maui's western coastline mixed with high winds created conditions for perfect firestorm conditions just like this.
That part of Maui has a very steep mountain range, and the winds were coming from the northeast. They were descending, going up and over the mountain range and descending what we call the lee side. And when that happens, you get acceleration near the surface. And so you get actually faster winds on the downslope side or the lee side of the mountain range. And this happens in California, the Santa Ana winds, the Diablo winds.
Invasive vegetation also contributes to Hawaii's fire issues. Grasses can allow fires to spread more easily. And the deadly Maui fires bring back horrific memories for California fire survivors. This November will mark 5 years since the Camp Fire, which killed at least 85 people and completely decimated the town of Paradise. Mental health experts tell us that the Maui fires will take a toll on California survivors. The former mayor of Paradise says the devastation in Maui is a sight that's still too familiar for him and other survivors.
I had a tremendous amount of sadness because I remembered what it was like running from the flames. I remembered what it was like when I found out that my home and everything I owned, all of my possessions, everything, all of the memories, all of the memorabilia, was gone.
Data now suggests that up to 40% of people impacted by a wildfire will develop symptoms associated with PTSD. Recovery might take decades. Again, there are ways that you can help people in Maui. The easiest thing that you can do right now is donate through the Red Cross, or you can just scan the QR code on your screen right now for more information.